3 or media?
Yeah, why don't you stay right there?
You know better. I got you.
Good over there. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Pete Newsham. I'm the Chief of Police here in Potomac County. We had a critical incident here earlier this evening. What we had a suspect who was wanted for a felony eluding and a brandishing charge, who had actually earlier today, around a little bit before 9 o'clock this morning, we had gotten the warrant yesterday for the incident. The incident occurred yesterday. We had this eluding and this brandishing. A little bit earlier today, I had an interaction with the police where he fled from the police. Later on, around 10:30, had another interaction with the police. He fled again. He fled in a vehicle. So the officers were out there looking, canvassing for him. A little bit before 3 o'clock this afternoon, the vehicle was located right here at the Potomac Mills, on this Potomac Mills Circle. Officers were able to block the vehicle in, and then we called a negotiator out to the scene who attempted to negotiate with him for around 4 hours. And then just before 7 p.m., the suspect, who was wanted on the felony, eluded from the vehicle, fled from the vehicle on foot with a crossbow in his hand towards the mall. And one of our SWAT teams engaged, fired a shot, and the suspect was killed in the case. The suspect is an adult male, and we're not releasing his name at this time, but we will as soon as we have an opportunity to notify the family. And I can answer any questions that you all have.
There was initially some speculation that he had like a crossbow or something. Is that what initiated the response?
That is the weapon. So the incident yesterday, he pointed what we believe to be a handgun at a person. The person he didn't know. And then he fled from the police, and that was why the officers had gotten the warrant. Today, when the officers initially blocked him in, he pointed a crossbow at them, and what they did was they retreated and then called a SWAT team and a negotiator, and they attempted to negotiate with them for about 4 hours. And at that point, negotiations broke down. He fled from the vehicle towards the mall with the crossbow, so there was concern, obviously, for the safety of the folks at the mall, and one of our SWAT team members engaged, and unfortunately, this guy lost his life.
Had he had an incident before this, or is this his first time?
He was known to the police, for sure, yes.
When you say he fled earlier today, the 2 instances where you say he fled, did you flee from your agency or a separate agency?
It was from our agency. So our agency, like I said, they knew him because they had prior interactions with him, and they were looking for him because the incident yesterday was very serious. When you ever have a situation, someone's pointing a gun at somebody they don't know, it's scary for the community. And there is some preliminary information that during one of those interactions with the police, he again pointed a weapon at a person, a stranger. We're following up on that.
Is that the same thing with the crossbow? Did he point that at
The crossbow that he had in his possession when he fled from the vehicle is the crossbow that he pointed at our officers when they approached the vehicle. And that's what caused our officers to retreat and try to resolve it peacefully, but unfortunately it didn't end that way.
How many officers were involved in the actual shooting and how many shots were fired?
We believe it was just one officer. We believe one shot was fired. That's preliminary at this time. So for these cases, what happens is our critical incident response team from Northern Virginia will handle the case, which means that Prince William County will not be involved in the investigation into the shooting. And what they will do when they're done is they'll present the information that they get from the investigation to the Commonwealth Attorney so she can make a determination on whether or not there's any criminal wrongdoing in the case. When she's completed with her review, the case will be handed back to us, and our Office of Professional Standards will review the case to see if it was within policy.
He was alone?
He was alone. Yeah, but Potomac Mills, this is a lot of people out here all the time. People come here, they shop, they come out here to eat, enjoy themselves. So it's very, very scary to think that this guy was charging towards that mall armed. God knows what he was his intentions were.
Someone here did call. A citizen called.
No, we actually had police who spotted him over here, so this wasn't as a result of call, but we were looking for him because of the incidents that occurred yesterday and the 2 prior incidents from today. Thank you guys very much.
One last question.
Sure.
Was there any indication that of locking the mall down?
We believed when we got him here that the incident, although it was active, it was contained. We had
Okay.
sufficient police personnel where we didn't think anybody at the mall was in jeopardy.
No officers were hurt in any.
No officers were hurt. All right, thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.
Can you just speak to the fast work that you're always able to do? Law enforcement came together to do to actually track him down.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I got to tell you that I've been very impressed with since I've been out here in Prince William County is the quality of the law enforcement officers that we have here. When something serious happens in our community, like somebody, for example, points a weapon at somebody, they're very quick to identify the person, the suspect involved. They're very quick to get a judicial review and get a warrant if that's required. And then they're very quick to go out and find the person to ensure that he's safe. I couldn't be more proud of the work that these folks do out here. All right, thank you all very much.